There is a big difference between life in the movie and in reality. In the movie, it is always well structured and planned. It is not always in the big wins, but how are we able to consistently keep on with those habits that will help us achieve that mighty milestone in the long run? I believe that for us to be able to maintain a positive life, we need to build consistent habits and systems that can guarantee our able to remain consistent and be able to carry those activities day after day. My name is Nnamdi and welcome to my channel. In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you 8 key habits that has transformed my life so that it can also transform yours. Number 1, practice gratitude. You will agree with me that we are all in harsh economic times, harsh economic realities, and things are a lot different for everyone. There is no single person who is being spared with the difficulties that we are experiencing in this time. But with the act of gratitude and the act of appreciating the little that you have, it will help prevent you from plunging into depression. Gratitude is the application for more. Even if you feel you don't have anything that you want to be grateful for, be grateful for the air you breathe. Be grateful for the sunlight every morning. Be grateful for the birds you see in the air. Gratitude actually will help you move through the difficulties of the recent time. According to one study that was carried out by 2 psychologists, by Dr. Robert and Michael, they sampled a group of people into 3. The first group were to write about the things they felt positive about life, and the second group were also to document on what was negative and how unsatisfied they felt about the particular topic in life, and the third group were just asked to write about a few things that they felt about life without necessarily stating if it was negative or positive. And after 10 weeks, it was discovered that the group of people who were consistently writing and acting on a gratitude level experienced more satisfaction, and it was also found out that they also were able to exercise and they kept away from even visiting the doctor or other clinical psychologists for mental health issues. So it is always very important and imperative at this period to keep a gratitude journal, and every day you write all the activities that you are grateful for. This is a practice that I have recently been doing, and it has really changed my life. Number 2, drink water. First thing in the morning, when you wake up from bed, I have decided to drink odorless, colorless, and tasteless water. Not smoothie, not coffee, not tea, but water. The daily recommendation for water for most people may vary depending on age, sex, and some other physical traits. But generally, the recommendation is about 8 glasses of water every day. And one thing that I have come to really enjoy about drinking water is it actually helps with my metabolism and digestion. So the first thing in the morning, I tend to drink water before I head to the gym. I drink about 150 centiliters of water. That actually puts me in that energy ripe mood for me to carry about my activity going forward during the day. And moving forward, not just exercising and drinking water, but within periods of activity during the day, I tend to also drink water. Sometimes those clog and headaches, those cravings to take snacks can actually be prevented by drinking water, because it could just be dehydration that you are suffering for. And one thing with a lot of people who also interested in losing weight, drinking a lot of water helps save them so much, because you don't have to keep running to eat something when drinking water could have easily taken care of it. Number 3, regular movement and exercise. One very much overlooked component of our existence as human beings is usually exercise. I want you to know that exercise is medicine, and not just exercising, but any body movement is really integral and important for us to keep our daily life going. Apart from the health benefits, right, it's also a very important tool to help us maintain proper body composition. Like a lot of people will always want to lose weight with exercising, but I tell them that it always boils down to timing, because a lot of people struggle with fitting in exercises into their schedule. Personally, I love to run. I wake up early as 5:30 in the morning and I try to run. But lately I have preferred gym membership because that's ultimately fitting into my daily plans, because I travel a lot and I'm always changing environment, so spaces and places to run are usually not available for me all the time. So gym membership has really worked for me, because I tend to wake up as early as 5:30 in the morning, move to the gym by 6 and finish my exercise within 2 hours. And the gym that I attend, thank goodness, has a washroom that makes it easy for you to clean up. So with distance, it eliminates that wanting to go back home to prepare for work. So from the gym, you easily move to work. And they also offer morning and evening sessions. Sometimes if the morning sessions do not work for you, you can opt in for the evening sessions, and at the close of work, you can then just go home and rest. And exercising is key, apart from helping us prevent non-communicable diseases, as lots of researches have stated. Physical activity and exercise reduce the risk of us contacting non-communicable diseases like type 2 diabetes, hypertension, high blood pressure, and even coronary heart disease. Number 4, make your bed. This may sound a little bit easy, but this is one habit that I have struggled to my entire life. Making a bed has really been a very difficult thing for me, because sometimes I wake up and the next thing is I want to move on into an activity or exercise or run to the gym. But after listening to a Navy SEAL,
it was a simple task, mundane at best, but every morning we were required to make our bed to perfection. It seemed a little ridiculous at the time, particularly in light of the fact that we were aspiring to be real warriors, tough, battle-hardened SEALs. But the wisdom of this simple act has been proven to me many times over. If you make your bed every morning, you will have accomplished the first task of the day. It will give you a small sense of pride, and it will encourage you to do another task, and another, and another. And by the end of the day, that one task completed will have turned into many tasks completed. Making your bed will also reinforce the fact that the little things in life matter. If you can't do the little things right, you'll never be able to do the big things right. And if by chance you have a miserable day, you will come home to a bed that is made.
My takeaway is your activity needs to be well structured. If you make your bed, even though you just go about your day and come back to that clean, well-laid bed, it gives you that mentality of a win. And it gives me that mentality of, yes, I have done something that has actually worked. So every morning, even if you don't achieve any other thing, make your bed. That's a sign of win. It gives you that necessary pump, that energy that is required for you to go about your activity. And the way you make your bed, that's absolutely the way you are going to lie on it. Number 5, getting daily sunlight. You see, we take the vitamin D component of sunlight for granted. A lot of us do not even have access to sunlight. Ask my friends who live in the UK. But here in Africa, we are abundantly blessed with sunlight. And one very important thing that you need to do every morning is try and get some sunlight into your eye, because what it does is it actually excites that suprachiasmatic nucleus in the brain, which regulates our circadian rhythm, which is just our body clock. So that's impact of the sunlight that you see every morning will now counteract that blue light exposure that your eye has been on your smartphone or your computer during the night that prevented you from sleeping. So that when the sunlight gets into your eye, it tells you that this is morning. And that balance is necessary for us as human beings to be able to survive and to have a proper rhythm in our life. And as a bonus point, If you are constantly seeking to get sun exposure, try and apply some level of sunscreen so that you can prevent the harmful effect of UVA and UVB, so that your skin will continue to remain young and of course prevent the risk of skin cancer. Number 6, embrace continuous growth and learning. We are in an information age. Lots of resources are available for us every day. When you stop learning, you start dying. And again, even if it is in life or in business, access to resources, access to information is very easy. If you want to learn a skill, with just a click, you have your information at your beck and call. If it's a particular program or project that you need to attend to, just connect with the community and you will have access to their resources. Typically, I have made it a point of duty in my life that every day after exercising, when I have that pump of energy going in my system, I tend to read for about 2 hours, typically from 9 o'clock to 11 a.m. And that gives me the relevant information that I need to carry out my day. And my continuous quest for knowledge has helped catapult my growth in business and in life. And that's even some of the reasons why I'm able to make these videos and provide us with some of the journey that I have been through, so everybody can also learn to transform their life and grow. Number 7, intermittent fasting. Intermittent fasting is something that I learned recently and has really changed my life. You would imagine how much tremendous benefits you could get from intermittent fasting, from help to reduce your risk of having high blood pressure and also other heart-related measurements. Intermittent fasting is just alternating between some period of fasting and eating, and it has really helped me so much along the way. Now, one thing that I really didn't have a good experience on was earlier on, I was always getting hungry to bed, but with time that normalizes. And I've come to also realize that with physical performance, if you are interested in gaining muscle and losing body fat, intermittent fasting is also a way to go. So try intermittent fasting. There are several methods at which intermittent fasting can easily be done. There is this 16 to 8 method, which involves not eating within 16 hours, then just eating within the 8 hours window. You have the 5-2 diet, which is eating 5 times in a week and fasting for 2 days in a week. And what happens when you eat, you typically maintain your calorie between 500 to 600 calories. Another interesting option is the 20-hour meal. So this time around, within 24 hours, you are fasting for 20 hours and you only have 4 hours windows to eat. Then typically it is towards evening, and so that you don't have to be hungry all the time, within that your 4-hour open window of eating, you consume more of fruits and vegetables and maintain that 4-hour period so that you don't exceed it. Another one is eat and stop, which is alternating between fasting for 24 hours today and eating the next day. So what it typically means is you fast from one meal to another meal. You also have the alternate day fasting, whereby you fast today, you eat the next day, then you fast the other day. Whichever method you feel you can start, you need to start gradually and don't push yourself too hard. So for me, I typically started with the 16-8 method, whereby I will fast for 16 hours. So typically I have my first meal by 12 p.m. then I stop eating by 8 p.m. Then gradually I reduced it from eating by 12 p.m. then I started doing 7 p.m. Then I increased a little bit to about 6 p.m. where I am. Now it's helping me lose a lot of body fat, and that has really helped me improve a lot of indices within my health. Number 8, time management. Nobody had to advise me when I was constantly going for events late. Even recently, I missed my flights and also consequently even missed my visa interview, even though it involved me paying more and repeating those process. But ultimately I was even denied the visa at the end of the day. But that is a story for another day. But one thing that I have come to realize with time is the more time you are able to structure your day to fit in, the better your productivity, the reduction in your stress level, and the more satisfaction you derive. So I have come to also realize that a lot of people tend to want to attend events late just because they feel that the event may not really start. But one habit that I decided to try with my time management, especially when I made my resolution, is even if the activity is going to start late, I will make sure I will be there early. Then plan, because when it comes with your time management, you have to prioritize, set boundaries, allocate specific time for an event. So even if the event is starting late, you came early and you are leaving when it was supposed to end. So here, friends, these are the 8 key habits that has helped me transform my life, and I think it will also help you transform your life. If you love this video, I also made another video on 10 habits to help you maintain a healthy living. You can check the video here. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Now stop watching and go and start doing something meaningful. Thank you for your time.